Prepare IAS coaching. It is one of the best coaching institutes for IAS and PCS preparation in Lucknow. This is the address and this is the contact number. You can contact them for getting further guidance for your preparation. So hello everyone. In this video, we'll do the daily current affairs analysis of 12th October 2021. So the topics which we will discuss are the Indian Space Association, Kala Pani dispute, paddy straw as cattle feed as proposed by the Punjab government, Rajasthan's marriage registration bill, biodecomposer to be used to tackle stubble burning, river Lukha, hot springs, and the Tejaswini initiative. The first topic in news is the Indian Space Association. It is from GS Paper 3, Space Awareness. So why it is in news? The Indian Space Association was recently officially launched by the Prime Minister Modi. It will be the first industrial organization for space and satellite companies. Objectives: ISPA, ISA aims to be the aerospace forum for the private sector in India and work with the Government of India and other key stakeholders in the aerospace sector to enable the nation to become self-sufficient in the region and become a global service provider. ISPA, what it does, it aims to contribute to the vision of the Indian government to make India Atmanirbhar and a global leader in the space sector, emerging rapidly as the next frontier of human growth. So composition and the members. So ISPA is represented by leading domestic and international companies with advanced skills in space and satellite technology. Its founding members include Bharti Airtel, Larsen and Turbo, Nelcon, Tata Group, OneWeb, MapMyIndia, uh, Volch and Nagar Industries, and Alpha Design Technologies. Other key members include Godrej, Hughes India, Anand Technology Limited, Ajista BSP Aerospace Private Limited, BEL, Centum Electronics, and Maxar India. So activities: the organization will engage with stakeholders across the environment to develop a supportive policy framework that fulfills government's vision. ISPA will also work to build global connections to the Indian space industry to bring critical technology and investment to the country to create high quality job opportunities. ISPA also plans to work closely with InSpace to further the vision of the government space. Significance: with our vast pool of talent, the growing power of startup technology developed in homes and the private sector, the country is in a position to understand what will be the biggest explosion in space. So India has the potential to become a technology leader and service provider that does not end the global space industry. Globally, the private sector is increasingly contributing to the opening of space opportunities. So changes in space. For 75 years, the country has gained independence with the Indian space occupied by the single umbrella of the Indian government and government institutions. Indian scientists have made great strides in recent decades, but the need of the hour is that there should be no limit to Indian talent, whether in the public sector or in the private sector. Besides, according to ISRO, the current size of the global space economy stands at about US dollar 360 billion. However, India accounts for only 2% of the space economy, with the potential to take up 9% of the global market share by 2030. How are space-based communication networks growing? So several Indian and foreign companies bet on satellite communications as the next line to provide online communications at commercial level. These include SpaceX Starlink, Sun W Bharti Mittal's OneWeb, Project Kuiper from Amazon, US satellite maker Hughes Communication, etc. So advantages of satellite internet. Industry experts suggest that satellite internet will be important for broadband deployment in remote and sparsely populated areas where global networks have not yet arrived. At present, however, satellite communications are always limited to the use of companies and institutions that use them for emergency use, sensitive continental communications, and remote connectivity. Concerns and challenges. There are also concerns about the fullness of the orbital space with this much introduction. This can lead to an increase in space waste. The source of this news is this article from Indian Express. Next is the Kala Pani dispute. It is from GS paper 2. Topic is international relations. So why it is in news? Nepalese political parties generally agree that Kala Pani in Uttarakhand is part of the Nepal's territory, said a former Nepali foreign minister. India, however, rejected the claim. Where is Kala Pani located? It is located in the eastern part of the Uttarakhand district of Pithoragarh. It shares the northern border with the Tibetan Autonomous Region of China and Nepal east on and with Nepal on the east and south. It lies between Limpopo, Lipu Lake, and Kalapani. The area is a major regional dispute between Nepal and India, covering at least 37,000 hectares of land in the high Himalayas. So this topic is very, very important from prelims point of view. Okay, so who controls the area? The area is controlled by India, but Nepal states the region for historical and graphical reasons. So what is the cause of the conflict? The Kalapani region gets its name from the Kali River. Nepal's claims to the region are based on the river as it became a symbol of the Nepalese state border following the Sagoli Treaty signed between the Gurkha rulers of Kathmandu and the East India Company after the Gurkha Anglo-Nepal War of 1814 to 1816. This agreement was ratified in 1816. According to the agreement, Nepal has lost the Kumaon Garhwal districts to the west and Sikkim to the east. According to Article 5, the King of Nepal renounced his claims in the western region of the Kali River, which originates in the Himalayas and flows into the vast plains of the Indian subcontinent. According to the treaty, the British authorities recognized Nepal's rights to a region east of the Kali River. Problems that exist. According to Nepal experts, east of the Kali River should start at the source of the river. The source, according to them, is located in the mountains near Limpuya Dhara, which is much higher than the rest of the river. Nepal says the weight of the earth high in the mountains that fall east of the whole area from Limpopo to the south is theirs. India, on the other hand, says the border starts in Kalapani, which is where the river begins. So controversy stems from the different interpretations of the origin of the river and its various rivers that run through the mountains. While Nepal's claim to the eastern part of Kali is based on the origins of Limpopo, India claims that the river actually takes the name Kali near Kalapani. So what is the current position? Nepal has published a revised official map that includes the field from the Limpiadhura spring of Kali to Kalapani and the Lipu Lake Pass in the northeast of the triangular region as its territory. Last year, the cabinet led by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has registered a proposal to amend the constitution to give it a constitutional position on the map. Indian observers say the move makes any future solution to the Kalapani issue almost impossible as the constitutional guarantee will keep Kathmandu's position stable. The source of this news is this article from The Hindu. You can read it. So next is the paddy straw as cattle feed as proposed by the Punjab government. So topic is conservation related issues, GS paper 3. So why it is in news? The Punjab government has proposed the use of paddy plant residues as fodder for animals, especially cattle. Potential benefits of this step. Punjab produces more than 20 million tons of paddy grass annually. Most of it is burned to the ground by farmers, leading to widespread air pollution in the neighboring regions. The total cost of this plant is rupees 400 crore, approximately calculated on average at rupees 200 per quintal. Almost all of them are burned in the fields. This results in economic losses with the loss of around 77,000 tons of nitrogen and 5.6 million tons of total digestible nutrients (TDN), which can be used in light production. The nutritional value of 20 million tons of paddy is 10 lakh of crude protein, 3 lakh of food protein, next is 80 lakh of nutrients and phosphorus. Therefore, this move is expected to help control racial burns during the Kharif season 2021 and protect the environment. Challenges. However, animals cannot graze on paddy grass directly from the fields. This is because the high content of silica and lignin reduces its digestive properties. The high content of selenium in paddy grass also limits its use as fodder in animals compared to wheatgrass. Paddy also contains oxalates 2 to 2.5%, which lead to calcium deficiency. Ways to deal with these challenges: when given in moderate amounts up to 5 kg per animal per day, selenium is not harmful to animal health. To reduce the effects of oxalates, the mineral mixture should be fed regularly with grass. Other methods include urea treatment with paddy grass and urea and molasses treatment. The source of this news is Indian Access. Next is the Rajasthan's marriage registration bill. It is from GS paper 2. Topic is policies and interventions for the vulnerable sections of the population. So why it is in news? The Rajasthan government has revoked the Rajasthan Marriage Registration Amendment Bill 2021 after it became involved in disputes, making it mandatory to register all marriages, including minor ones. Key provisions of the bill. The bill sought to amend sections 5 and 8 of the Act, which deal with the appointment of marriage registration police and the duty of parties to a marriage to submit a memorandum of registration. The amendment authorizes women over the age of 18 to provide information on their marriages on their own. Conflicting views. The amendment amends Section 8 of the Registration of Compulsory Marriages Act in Rajasthan 2009, which deals with the task of submitting a memorandum. The original legal requirement required that marriage be compulsorily within 30 days if the bride and groom were under 21 years of age. The age criteria for men and women were the same. Registration would be done by their parents. The amended version states that parents must register the marriage within 30 days of the marriage if the bride is under 18 and the groom is under 21. Why was this amendment made? The government says that this will bring years in line with a middle law that recognizes 18 years as the majority for a girl and 21 years for a boy. Registration of child marriages can help to end it as soon as possible and help the government reach out to the other victims, especially widows. So next is the biodecomposer to be used to tackle stubble burning. So this has been launched in by the Delhi government, which has begun spraying biodecomposer solutions on farms to decompose remnants of the post-harvest. So what it will do, it will help to tackle the stubble which is released after the paddy crops are harvested. So the stubble is left after that. So this biodecomposer, what it will do, it will use the already biodegradable solutions to decompose the stubble which is released. So it will not lead to the burning of the stubble, which automatically leads to harming the environment. So the environment will be protected because of the use of biodecomposer on the fields, and that is why this technology is very important, very significant, because it has a direct impact on climate change initiatives, climate mitigation. Okay, so that is why this topic is very important. Next is the river Lukha. It is a prelim specific topic. So according to the Meghalaya government, a toxicological testing project has returned the Lukha River to the dead. The Lukha River is located in the East Jantia Hills region. Lukha, which draws the southern part of East Jantia Hills, is fed by the Lunar River. Its main rivers with numerous streams from the hillsides of the Narpur Reserve. The river flows into Bangladesh. The government has said the toxicity testing program returns the river to the dead. Luke, the fish depot in the local language of Panar, was considered more toxic than a decade ago. The source of this news is the Hindu. Next is the project Tejaswini initiative, which has been launched in Delhi. So it is a women-centered approach to safety in the northwest region of Delhi. The program aims to reach out to women of all sectors of society and older women, as well as to protect the rights and dignity of women and children. Jobs and assignments are made by women who beat work, so it has led to significant growth in the terms of accessibility and scope of work. The source of this news is The Hindu. Next, that's all in the analysis video. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.